Hey everybody, welcome to the Conscious Love Show. Whether you are single, you are in a relationship, or you're healing a broken heart, this show is here to inspire you, to remind you how beautiful, lovable, and amazing you truly are, and to give you the practical tools and insights to navigate from wherever you are right now to the loving relationship that you so deeply want to have. My name is Shane Kohler. I'm a certified transformational coach and trainer with over a decade experience helping people release their trauma and open their hearts to love. I've delivered seminars all over the world, coached thousands of people through my online platforms and programs, and every week I'm coming straight to you with the hottest insights and the best teachers around, bringing you powerful resources and profound conversations to heal your relationship with love, dating, and yourself. I'm so grateful you're here, and if it's your first time, welcome. You can count on me to always show up for you with my very best and a commitment to learn and grow myself so I can serve you to my maximum ability. Thanks so much for tuning into the show. I've got some awesome things planned for you today. So without further ado, let's dive in. So Chimea is asking, what do you mean by being fulfilled instead of waiting? We all crave connection. Everyone has standards now for authenticity. This is a great question. So what do I mean by being fulfilled instead of waiting? Because it's important to say this. I'm not talking about bypassing your desire for love and connection. And I know I've mentioned that today, but there's some nuance here. So I want to try to just explore this nuance a little bit more. I'm not talking about bypassing your desire for connection. I'm talking about having a new relationship with it. Yes, we all have desire for connection. And the story that we've been sold, and look, we've been sold this story since we were children watching Disney movies, right? The Prince Charming comes and rescues the princess, and they get on a horse and they ride off into the sunset, and everybody lives happily ever after. Like, this is the story we've been sold. So yes, on some level, we're all waiting for that prince or princess charming to come and save us and make life better. But that story is a fantasy, right? These are literal fairy tales. And the romantic comedies and everything we see, like, these are all just grown-up fairy tales that we're given. But the story is the same. And the story is this, that somebody is going to come and save you from yourself. And when this person, this special person who's perfect in every way, comes and they save you from yourself, you're going to get on their white horse and ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. It's a beautiful story. Problem is, it's not realistic, because that prince or princess charming, when they come, they're going to come with a lot of baggage and a whole lot of problems, and they're going to be a real human being who's not able to be your everything. And if you're not emotionally regulated and grounded in yourself, that relationship is going to bring more problems than solutions. So the idea that I'm sitting around and waiting for some special person to come and make my life better, one, it's a lie. It's not true. Yes, there are wonderful people out there that you could partner with, and you could create an amazing conscious relationship with them, and you could build a life together, and it could be wonderful. But that relationship is never going to take the place of the relationship you have with yourself. And so what I'm really getting at here is loving yourself enough. Like, this is really a conversation about self-love. And thank you for the question, because I didn't really get to speak into this today, but I'm going to go into it now. Everything we're talking about here is really a conversation about how much you love yourself. I love myself enough to not miss out on my life waiting for the right person to show up. I love myself enough to recognize that my life is meaningful even if that person's not here. Even if I'm single, even if I'm alone, I recognize that this time on this earth and this body is valuable enough to not be wasted. And I love and honor myself enough to not waste it. I'm not saying I don't desire partnership. I'm not saying I don't sometimes feel lonely and I don't crave that. What I'm saying is I'm not going to let that desire, that longing, that loneliness obstruct everything that is good in my life. The fact that I could get up today and I could make myself a wonderful breakfast. And I could do some work that's meaningful to me. I could create some art that's meaningful to me. I could go out in my community and play a game of basketball or go to a yoga class, and I could make connections with people. That when I wake up in the morning, if I recognize that my life matters, if I recognize that I have purpose, if I recognize that I am worthy of being happy and alive, and I let that be the priority rather than letting the obsession with what is not present in my life overtake my identity and skew every experience, that's what I'm talking about here. I want to address what you said. We all crave connection. We all have needs for connection. Yes, we do. Here's what most people don't tell you. Your needs for connection can be met in a lot of ways. If you have a need to shoot the shit with some people, you can go out for drinks with a couple of friends and sit and share some drinks and laugh and bullshit and gossip, and that can meet your need for connection in a certain way. Maybe not always the healthiest way, but that meets a certain need for connection. If you have a need for intellectual connection, you can go take a class. And you can learn and grow and talk with your other peers in the class about the things that you're learning with each other. And that could feed that need for intellectual connection. If you have a need to do activities, you could join a horse riding group or a hiking group or different kinds of things that are happening in the world around you, and you can connect with people on these levels. If you have a need for sexual connection, you know what? You can even connect with yourself that way. You can also go have a random hookup with someone that has mixed results. It's not always the best thing. But what I'm getting at here is whatever your needs for connection are, there are ways to meet them without having a significant other in your life who is expected to fill all of these needs for you. In fact, that's a lot of pressure to put on any one person. This is the amazing thing about it. If you live your life in this way, if you start to acknowledge, yes, I have needs for connection. Yes, and I can take a class and I can do an activity and I can do these different things with different people and I can have all these needs for connection met in different ways. That will satisfy my connection needs to a certain degree, to a very real degree. And yes, there might be a moment when I'm alone in my bedroom late at night where I'm longing to be held, where I'm longing to make love to somebody, where I'm longing to be in a romantic or an intimate interaction with someone. And maybe there are certain needs for connection sometimes that can't always be met. And that is where you just have to be with them. And you just have to love yourself and nurture yourself through them. But that 30 minutes or 45 minutes before you go to sleep when you're laying in bed at night and you feel lonely, that doesn't have to obstruct every experience of your whole life. And then this is the amazing thing. When you get so good at meeting these needs through different kinds of relationships, through being able to hold yourself in your dark moments, when you get really adept at being able to meet your own needs through different communities in different ways, when you meet someone else in a romantic sense, you're not saying, here's this giant bag of needs that I'm dropping on your lap, and I expect you to be the one to meet all of them. What you're saying is, I'm pretty good. I actually have most of my needs handled. And yes, there are some very sensitive, very intimate, very vulnerable needs that I would like you to meet. And that's a very reasonable thing that most people are capable of doing. And if your boyfriend or your girlfriend isn't always available to talk when you want to, you know what? You have friends you can talk to. If they're not always available for the activities you want to do, you know what? You have communities of people doing activities and you can go do them with them. And then you can come home to your partner at night and you can tell them about all the things you've done and you can share about this with each other. And it can actually bring some variety and some excitement into the relationship when you're not putting all your needs in the lap of one other person. This is what healthy, mature adult relating looks like. And when you're not in a relationship with someone, that's the time to cultivate your life in such a way that when you do enter into a relationship with someone, you're not dropping an incredible amount of pressure on them. There's still space for them to have their life and you to live your life, and you're both fulfilled and you're both doing incredible things in your own right. And then you come together and you share with each other. And it's a healthy and mutually fulfilling dynamic. You're not looking for the other person to complete you. You're sharing the fulfilling life that you already have with each other. Now, instead of you sucking the life out of each other, you're actually multiplying what you already have. Now there's more than enough for everyone. That's how this works. So yes, we all have needs for connection. I'm not denying that. But the essence of this is I love myself. I matter. My life has value. My time is worth something. And just because there's not a significant other in my life right now doesn't mean I'm going to sit around and waste all my time and waste my life away waiting for something. So thank you for the question. It was a great question. Excellent question. Thanks again for checking out the show. Please subscribe on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on the most. And I would love it so much if you leave a review and tell people what you think of us. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram @TheLivingRelationship to connect more closely. And I'm grateful to be supporting you on your journey to love.